All right, the next muscle in our series of muscles is going to be coracobrachialis. So coracobrachialis is a smaller balancer muscle in the front of the shoulder. It basically attaches into this space right here, and it's an assister of flexion of the shoulder. This is always a major player, especially in folks that overdo it at the gym and lift too much too heavy or add too much weight too quickly. Especially in bicep curls, this tends to be a muscle that people kind of blow out after 3 or 4 months of heavy duty training. It is small and thin, and again, it's meant to be a balancer assister than it is to be a big power muscle. So, for biceps brachii, the first head attaches to what's called the apex of the coracoid process. Coracobrachialis sits underneath the first head of biceps brachii. So biceps brachii, which we talked about in a different video, comes around this aspect and up and over and attaches to the top part of the coracoid process. Coracobrachialis comes to the lower part of that process and comes down and attaches basically to the middle of the humerus, technically the anterior-medial aspect of the humeral shaft, but let's just call it the middle of the humerus. And it's about this long and about that thin in there, and if you hold it strong, if I come down into this space, you should be able to palpate and feel a very long, stringy muscle there, right in there, which never feels all that great, but is kind of important. And again, because a lot of people overdo it in the gym and tend to shred that muscle to the point where it gets injured, it's a good muscle to do a little bit of release work on and specifically identify in here and do work on, rather than just sort of like missing it because it's so small and thin in all of the rest of the tissue around it. Doesn't take very much because it's a very small balancer muscle. So again, one simple, easy release stroke in here is probably all that most people need. But if you can identify it and single it out and really work directly on it, you're gonna really see some benefits for your shoulder pain clients.